In this context, it is essential to recognize that the failure to adhere strictly to CBET guidelines is not necessarily a reflection of the principles themselves, but rather the systemic constraints within the education system. Efforts are being made to address these issues. For example, the Tanzanian government has been increasing its investment in education, and there are ongoing efforts to build more classrooms, improve teacher training, and provide better resources for schools and colleges. Additionally, while the reversion to traditional lecture methods may seem to undermine CBET, educators can view it as a pragmatic response to the realities they face. When faced with large class sizes and limited resources, educators often use methods that allow them to manage their classrooms more effectively and ensure that at least some level of education is delivered to all students. This does not mean that the principles of CBET are being abandoned entirely. Somewhat, they are being adapted to fit the current context. There are still many examples of CBET elements being successfully integrated into the curriculum, such as modular assessments, practical assignments, and industry partnerships, fieldwork training, that provide students with hands-on experience. These examples demonstrate that while implementing CBET may be inconsistent, efforts are still being made to maintain its core principles where possible. It is also essential to consider that reforms like CBET are long-term projects that require time to show their full impact. Education reforms often face resistance initially and require significant adjustments, training, and cultural shifts within institutions to be fully effective. The ongoing challenges do not necessarily mean that CBE is failing. Instead, they may indicate that the transition is still in its early stages. As more resources are allocated and teachers and institutions become more familiar with the CBET approach, the effectiveness of these initiatives will likely improve over time. For instance, ongoing efforts are to provide professional development for teachers to understand better and implement CBET strategies and partnerships with international organizations to enhance capacity building and resource allocation. Another interesting dilemma is related to the chain related to ideas, technology, and industries. Ideas can be presented on paper or in other ways. Academic papers produced by African scholars often fall short of fulfilling their intended purpose of contributing to practical solutions and technological advancement. Many academic papers are written to fulfill educational requirements, such as obtaining a degree or promotion, rather than driving innovation or addressing real-world problems. For instance, research papers may explore theoretical concepts in great depth but fail to provide concrete applications or pathways to implementation. This is particularly evident in fields such as engineering, agriculture, and environmental science, where research often does not translate into tangible products or technologies that could benefit society. A study on renewable energy may thoroughly analyze the potential benefits and challenges but fail to develop or test any actual prototypes or systems that could be used in real-world applications. This lack of practical extension diminishes the value of such research, as it remains confined to academic circles and does not reach the industries or communities that could benefit from it. Much educational research focuses on theoretical frameworks and literature reviews, with little emphasis on experimentation, prototyping, or product development. Consequently, many papers do not fulfill their purpose of advancing knowledge in a way that has practical, real-world implications. For example, in the field of health sciences, while numerous studies have been conducted on disease prevention and management, there is often little effort to translate these findings into new medical devices, treatment protocols, or public health interventions. Similarly, in the area of agriculture, research may identify innovative farming techniques or crop varieties. Still, without partnerships with industries or funding for field trials, these innovations remain on paper and do not reach the farmers who could benefit from them.